tell you that because when I tell people I'm married, a lot of people just assume, oh, he found another one. Not the case. That is not what happened. My wife is not a dwarf. I did not meet her in a wood. I was just out there knocking on tree stumps like, Daddy's gotta get laid. Okay, like that did not happen. Now, that does not mean I don't find dwarf women attractive. I do. I've dated several in my past. I just didn't want to marry a dwarf woman. I didn't want to marry a dwarf. I don't want to marry another little person. I don't want to be sitting there in our home, me and my dwarf wife, and all of a sudden a light bulb burns out and I gotta be like, we're fucked. That room just has to be dark now. Because that could happen to me. Here's a story for you. Back when I was single, I had an apartment, and a buddy of mine came over, stayed overnight, and before he left the next morning to go to work, he took a shower. And when he left the shower, he adjusted my shower head. Do you understand what the fuck that did to my day? Do you understand? I had to call a handyman. A handyman had to come over to my house. He brought a tool belt. He didn't need one. I give him money. I had to give him legal tender for this guy to just go into my bathroom and go, eat. Just like that. It cost me $65. Yes, my wife is a tall woman, and I just didn't want to marry another dwarf. I didn't want to have a dwarf wife. I didn't want to hug my wife and we look like the top of a wedding cake. No, my wife is a tall woman. I hug her. We look like the cake you buy a woman who just got custody of a 7-year-old. My wife is a tall woman. She's also Asian. Now, why do I tell you that? Why do I tell you that my wife is a tall, beautiful Asian woman? Am I bragging? Yes. I'm bragging, but also, and this is real, I'm just trying to give some lonely men out there a little bit of hope. I'm trying to let you know it can happen for you. I know there's dudes out there. I know some of you are lonely, some of you get angry. I'm trying to let you know if you're over the age of 25 and you're a dude and you can't get laid, you can't get a date, and the women aren't talking to you, I'm here to tell you, it's fucking you. It's you. Congratulations. We found the problem, all right? It's you. Stop blaming your issues on the bitches, okay? It's not them. But guess what? Now we know it's you. Now we know what the problem is, and now we can change it. And we need to change it. Because right now in the game of life, you're losing. And you're losing to fucking this, okay? But now you know the problem. You can do what you got to do to improve that. You can go get some therapy, go to the gym, become a better person. Because that's what I had to do. I had to become a decent person to meet someone like my wife. My wife didn't have to do shit. Do you see my wife? You could tell. You could tell why she is, was, and will always be my dream woman. This was not her dream. No, this was not her dream. My wife wasn't a little girl just having daydreams of your future going, one day I'm gonna buy my husband's clothes at a Build-A-Bear. My wife didn't watch Snow White like, I'm gonna fuck one of those. I had to become a decent human being to be with a woman like my wife. Now, I wasn't always a decent human being. I was in my 20s, I was single, I've done some shit, okay? Of course I've done some shit. People are like, Brad, you were kinky in your 20s? Of course I was kinky in my 20s.